Right, we are here. Are we live? You didn't even say. I said we're going live.
Yeah.
Okay, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Let's Talk with the Fan Zone. Okay, let's do all. Let's get creative. What you think? Right, guys, what's happening? What's moving and shaking? Welcome everybody to Let's Talk with the Fans. Today we're talking about the narcissism topic that Alicia brought to the table about 2 weeks back, if I'm not mistaken. So we are just going to wait for our guests to arrive, and we're jumping straight into it. We don't have much time. The lady that will be assisting us this evening doesn't have much time, so we are going to jump straight into the order of the day. Rosa's going to greet everyone as usual, and then we're just going to find out how you guys are doing in like another 30 seconds before we invite our guests. We're just waiting for our guests to pop up onto the link. When we see her behind the curtains, then we will get stage. Then we are going to get the ball moving and shaking. Right, Rosanna, I hope you guys are ready for today's show.
Okay, so let's start with the good evening. So good evening, Dominique. Good evening to you. Good evening, Beverly. Good evening, Auntie Sybil. Hi, Sheridan. Hi, Maurice. Hi, Karen Richards. Hi, Mrs. Nibbles. Hi, Renelle Booth is in the stream. Good evening to you. Good evening, Claudine Peters. Good evening, Chantal. I hope you're feeling better. Hi, Martz. Who else we have? This is Jose in the stream. Good evening. There's a Carissa Govender. Good evening. Good evening, Roseanne Lowe. Good evening, Andre. Good evening, Melanie Leo. Clint Shady. Good evening. Okay, so guys, it's 37 people in the stream. So I think we can start. So as soon as Maxine clicks on the link and she is backstage, I see she's in the show already. Let's ask her to click. Okay, Maxine, will you be able to click on the link that I sent you so you can come backstage? Good evening. I think I saw Jeanne. Jeanne, how are you doing?
Jeanne Peters in the stream.
Good evening, Jeanne, and how are you doing?
I'm so happy that you guys are all here. And you're on time.
Hey, Shifty.
I like it like that, guys. You're on time. Okay, Max, we just wait for you to click on the link so you can
WhatsApp link.
So you can jump backstage here, and then we can bring you onto the camera, talk what we need to talk about, and then we can say goodbye to you.
Okay, so basically, guys, Maxine Ingeniosa is going to be joining us today. She is no stranger to you guys. She has been on before for bereavement, and she is actually a psychologist. So what we're going to do is, because Max doesn't have enough time today, we're going to do a 15-minute interview, just a broad outline on what is narcissism and what are the red flags to watch out for. And then Maxine is going to jump back into the stream and she'll be able to answer your questions while she's in the stream. Okay, hey Tyler and hey Taylor.
Tyler, my mother was asking about you and your baby.
Yes,
how are you guys doing?
Baby?
You guys should be out of isolation Bye now.
Hey, Vanessa.
Thierry, Lee, we see you. Vanessa and Ekadine, what's up? Okay, so we just waiting for Max, and then we're gonna get the ball rolling, get the ball on the moving and shaking. Welcome to Women Crush Wednesday. Right, guys, we got Max. Max is backstage. I think she can hear us, but we're gonna bring her on stage, and then Roz is gonna take over as per usual. Hey, Max, what's happening?
Good, thanks, guys. How are you doing?
We are good. Compliments of the season to you.
You as well. Thank you. I can't actually believe, that it is a new year.
So awesome to see you.
It's lovely to see you too.
Okay, we got you. Sorry, there was a bit of a delay, a bit of a glitch, but I think we all sorted now.
Okay, Max, I want you to fill a lot of viewers to us introduction, and then we can jump straight into the questions.
Okay, so I'm Maxine Ngonyoza. I run a counseling psychology practice in Essenwood at the moment. It's called Psych Grow. And you guys, thank you for inviting me for this one, because it links a lot to what I'm very interested in working with, and that is relationships. Like relationships of any kind, issues with regards to relationships. It's like my specialty or my interest. So this topic really, it's special to me. Is there a delay?
Okay. So, yes, there is a delay. Okay, we're just going to try work with it. So I'm going to put out my question. Firstly, we had Alicia, who was actually in the comments. She had, because she feels tonight to just clear up for us what is narcissism. We've mental disorder. Some people are, there's a whole lot of stuff that people are saying that they think it is, but I would like you to just clear it up. And
okay, all right. So you'll realize that narcissism is so commonly used nowadays. It's almost like the new word. Like, my partner is narcissistic, etc., etc., and we sort of hang on to it quite commonly now. And I find that we should be a little bit careful, with doing so, because not everything is narcissism. So every one of us has a little bit, of narcissism inside of us. Some of us maybe like to look at the mirror, maybe like to dress a certain way, like to be acknowledged, like to be seen, like to be valued. It's all tiny bits of narcissism. However, it doesn't equal to the narcissistic personality disorder, right? And in order to qualify for that, a person has to have a range of traits. And I think it's especially 6 traits, which are quite, let's use the word drastic traits, right? Part of those traits is lack of empathy. So where the person just really cannot put themselves in your shoes. They cannot, sorry guys, I don't know if I'm breaking or if. Just let me know if everything is still okay, because you guys just disappeared on my end. Hello? Okay, I'm not sure. I'm just going onto the Facebook
Max, are you there?
Live to see if I'm still there. In.
Okay, we
Okay.
hear.
You
Are
guys
you here?
are. Okay, all right. I'm not sure who heard there.
Okay,
All right.
Anya, can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, perfect. Okay, so the last I heard was
Yes.
6 traits.
All right.
6.
So I was just hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Okay, I can see you clearly. Can anybody else hear us?
Use this one. Jones a call. That side.
Okay, there you are. A little broken, but somewhat.
Okay, I can hear
Okay.
you. Yes.
You don't want to go on this one.
Mm-mm.
I'll add you.
I think you are clear.
Am I clearer? Open the door, Tony. Am I clearer?
Somewhat. Okay.
Okay. So the last I
Yes,
heard
you're
was
much
6 traits. Okay, great.
clearer now.
Okay, I think okay, so everyone is saying that they can hear me and they can hear you as well now. So we seem to be all good now. Hopefully,
All right.
for the next few minutes. Hello, Tony. What? Maxine disappeared. And please don't.
Wow, guys, what did you do to our case? Just what is going on? Okay, we're just trying to sort out. Okay, Max will most probably come back in, and then we will take it from there.
Maybe try and find this one, Sola.
I
Okay,
can't
the
find it.
device not connected. Add to stream. Okay, perfect.
I'm not sure what's up with the connection today.
Yeah. Okay. So I can hear you and I can see you perfectly. Can we just get back into what is narcissism? I think the stream actually heard you quite well. But the last thing that I heard was 6 traits.
Let's go. Okay, I didn't hear that. However, let me just go into it. I'm hoping that everyone can hear me. If you can't, just pop in the comments and say something. I am now looking at the comments as well. All right. So
Okay.
when you are in a narcissistic relationship, let's go there, right? Some signs about narcissistic relationship. You can't speak your mind without jeopardizing the relationship. Almost like you're walking on eggshells the whole time. Like, is the next thing I say going to destroy this relationship or cause flare up. Is the next thing I do going to cause another flare up? You just continue on the edges. Are all interested. They put their own needs first. So it means that you may experience more and more conditions to your relationship the longer that you date, right? Now, before we go on to the longer that you date, at the beginning of dating a narcissist, you will find possibly that you feel that
She's not talking. Okay, guys. We're just waiting to Max to refresh. And then Max.
Yay, we back.
oh gosh.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Hi.
Max, are you here?
I honestly don't know what this is.
Wow.
Can you hear me?
Perfectly now.
It's like on the topic, like why?
I have no idea. I really have no idea.
Oh my gosh. Can you hear me now, guys? I'm still seeing
Yes,
signal, still not too good.
I can.
You can hear me?
Seems fine. Yes, I can hear you.
It's actually not even showing our signal.
Okay, so I'm gonna go on again.
Okay.
Because I still can't hear as much. I'm not sure what is going on my side. All right, so literally, I was explaining that at the beginning, you feel this magical connection, right? Like it's just an amazing relationship that you found, an amazing person that you found. And this can be a red flag. We're talking about red flags. Like
So it's too good to be true.
All right. Okay, I'm seeing comments that say it's better now. All right, let me just go on. Okay, so at the beginning, it can be what we call love bombing, right? This person just bombs you with love, right? And you feel amazing. And that's the term for it, right? Love bombing. And it's because, or it's in order to get what they want, all right? So you may get vacation, you may get gifts, you may get elaborate experiences, constant contact. You don't have to be asking this person to message you, to call you, right? It's perfect. Red flag. I'm sorry, red flag. But yeah, watch out. Too good to be true is, yes, sometimes too good to be true. And that often shapes into something that's toxic, right? And you will then experience this cycle throughout the relationship where you experience these highs and the lows. You have to go with them in your relationship where things are just feel terrible. But then you justify it because when it's good, it's good. That's the love bombing part, where they are literally just loading it on so that they can get what they want to get. Unfortunately, that's the motive behind the love, right? Because at the end of the day, with narcissists, it's all about them, right? So, I mean, there's a lot more flags when it comes to narcissistic behavior or a narcissistic relationship, right? When they get you, only then do you start to see literal other flags, right? Because then they've got you. So they become then less attentive, perhaps. They become outwardly self-centered and inconsistent, right? So this is when the honeymoon phase is over and the narcissist has gotten you to commit, has emotionally connected you, and yeah, then it's sort of downhill from there. But an up and downhill, where you constantly have to justify, or you do find yourself justifying being in the relationship. You justify them and their actions. You make excuses for them and so on. They may gaslight you but at the end of the day, the whole point of gaslighting is manipulation. You feel them, it's your fault, and so on. I am wondering if everyone can hear me. I'm not sure.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. All right. So those are just some of the signs, of being in a narcissistic relationship. We can go so much more into it, where, yes, you make excuses for their behavior. It leaves you feeling confused. It leaves you feeling so much in doubt. I'm seeing questions. How long does this phase normally last? You're talking about possibly the honeymoon phase. It lasts until they get you. So it depends on you as a person, your personality, of how hard are you to get, how hard are you to, emotionally to connect with, where they feel safe and where they feel that they've got you. Then you will start to see something else, right? Do they do these things intentionally? This is a little bit more difficult in the sense that it's just part of who they are. So one of the most difficult things to accept is that they are not going to change, right? It's like so unlikely that they ever change that I'd rather say they are not going to change. And when you are in such a relationship and you accept that you are in such a relationship, then you either leave it or you accept that this is what it is and I'm staying for practical reasons. However, this behavior that's going on here, this relationship, it is not going to change. I think I'm like so over time, I'm scared to go on, but I'm just saying we have to talk about this again another time if possible. We have to go
100%.
into it. We have to talk about what it's like being in that relationship, what you can do when you are part of such a relationship. It's all just so important, and yeah, it's overlooked quite often still.
Max, can I ask a question? Can you hear me nicely? I'd like to find out, is narcissism, does it fall under a mental disorder?
I'm sorry, Roxy, I cannot hear. I'm not sure what's up. Is it my connection or
Okay,
what?
I'm going to
maybe if you put the question in the comments, I am.
I will.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry, Joanne. I'm seeing your comment about being stuck in a narcissistic marriage for 8 years. However, I am noticing the past, tense of was. So kudos to you. Yes. So narcissism is a mental disorder. So it's definitely characterized, it's in the DSM. So that's literally this book of disorders that we use. And it is one of the disorders that is so hard to change, right? It's so hard to get somebody to not be narcissistic, right? And unfortunately, however, I'm not impossible, right? If somebody is very much intellectually aware, emotionally aware, has that high emotional intelligence, which is hard to have with narcissism. However, you never know. Yeah, but it's definitely a mental disorder. But again, important to note, only if the person meets all the criteria for it, and not just one or two things, right? So if a person is only, for example, thinking that they are more superior to others and doesn't have all of the other characteristics, they are empathetic, for example, then they're not necessarily narcissistic. They just have one of the narcissistic traits, which could also be a trait of another disorder.
Okay.
Okay, Max, we know our time is up with you. There's still plenty other questions, but as we don't have much time with Max today, so we are going to schedule our second session when Max is available, and then we can just dive into the bulk of what you guys are asking.
Thanks for having me. I still can't hear you, but I'll be on the Facebook comments.
Okay.
The comments. Okay.
Again.
That's fine. Right, guys. Unfortunately, we have to say bye to Max. Time is precious, especially with regard to having her on our show. And we are grateful and extremely honored and would like to thank Max for giving us a piece of her away from her family, especially during the week, to come and speak to us. Now, guys, we can see that there's a lot of questions and a lot of things that we still need to dive into.
Okay, so basically, narcissism is a mental disorder. So obviously, it can go under our when do we do mental disorder? May. Mental disabilities, May. So we are going to do this again in May. But Max is joining the stream and she is going to answer some of your questions. So if you do want to carry on with your questions, just pop it in the comments and Max will answer them. Okay, so she is going to be guys, this topic is huge. I can't even believe. But I see Cheryl Morgan. What are some tips when dealing with the narcissist after a 10-year marriage? And now I have to co-parent. Guys, I saw Joanne. Joanne was also in a marriage. So Joanne also managed to escape. So can I ask Joanne, right? Joanne said that she was in a marriage with the narcissist and she had to get out. And so did Cheryl Morgan, a 10-year. Cheryl, can I ask you, what are some of the things that you experienced? Just short points. What are the things, did you know at the time that you were married to a narcissist? At which points of the marriage did you realize? And like what pushed you to actually get out of the marriage? A burning question that I also wanted to ask when Max was still on was not a cure, but can a narcissist go for therapy to change their behavior?
I also want to find out, is it only sexual relationships where you've encountered with this person, or can you have a narcissistic friend?
You can have a narcissistic friend, you can have a narcissistic parent, you can have a narcissistic boss. I don't think it is just a relationship as in a marriage or a girlfriend boyfriend thing. I have read stories of dealing with a narcissistic parent And I've also heard stories of dealing with a narcissistic boss. So I don't think it is limited to just a relationship as in husband and wife, boyfriend and girlfriend. There, Alicia says friends, anyone. Okay, Alicia, you said no parents or
no,
parents?
as in yes, parents are included.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, she says no, parents, friends, anyone.
Okay, so Joanne says a narcissist denies it all the time, major red flag. What struck me is that the beginning of the relationship is perfect. It's too good to be true. And that is how it will be. So once they have you, then it all changes.
Yeah, sounds like that's what she was. That sounds like the whole gist of that. So once the honeymoon stage is over, because when we asked how long does it take, Max's response was as long as you take to come or get right or whatever, something to that effect.
Joanne and Cheryl, I want to know, like, how did you guys know that there was a narcissistic you were in a narcissistic relationship, or you were experiencing abuse from a narcissism? Like, what were the flags? Like, what happened? And also, like, when it was good, how good was it? Was it like this is a person you're gonna die for good?
I would think so. Because you wouldn't have fallen. Remember, the length in which this all unravels is when you have come to the party, basically. When they have won you over, if I can call it that, in like a blunt term. The honeymoon stage. I'm just thinking of the words Max used. There was also another
she used
love bomb or something.
Yes, love bombing. Love bombing.
Yeah. That's
okay. So Francine says, I had no idea I was living with a narc. It wasn't until I lost everything, my sense of self, and questioned my very own existence, that I realized that it wasn't me. Whew. Okay, so Marie says it's never their fault. There is no understanding into your side. They're always the victim. So basically, you're saying to me that a situation where they are clearly at fault, they will blame you and will not be able to understand why it's their fault. Why are you smiling? Why are you smiling? Well, were you in a narcissistic relationship?
No, I'm just listening to what you're saying. And I'm reading, like, guys.
Is it like familiar to you?
Yeah, it is. Well, not familiar, but I'm reading like everyone seems to have encountered these relationships. I can't believe that it seems common.
It is common.
I know now it's common. Yeah, now it's common. Like we know about how common it is now. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not like. Hello, we don't just talk about these topics all the time, Roseanne. We've never ever, you know what I'm saying? That's why when Alicia threw it out there and we started, the stream went crazy. Guys, I don't know if this is actually like part 2 of a 3-part, 5-part show, because it started in another stream. I don't even know what we've been talking about. And that was like a snowball effect. People were coming to the party. And while I'm at that point, also we would like to thank you guys for opening up to us. Some of you guys we haven't even met personally, and you guys are telling us exactly how you were feeling, what situation you guys were in, and likewise other people are opening up to their experience. It's not easy, guys, but we would also like to thank you guys for your honesty.
Okay, I want to ask Maxine a question. Maxine, is there a cause? Is there a cause?
Cause?
Yes. Like, is there underlying cause?
Oh.
Why a person is narcissistic? Are they born narcissistic? Is it because they've come from an abusive relationship? Is there a reason for? I know in some mental disorders, it's just is. But is there a reason? Is there a cause? Does it stem from something else, like a past trauma or something like that? Hey, Theo. Okay, so there's so much to read, guys. So Marie says, yes, that's correct. It's not that they think they're wrong, it's that they know they aren't wrong. It's a complete inability to see their fault. Okay, so
are they actually aware? Max, do narcissist people actually know that they are narcissistic?
I think some of them do know. I think maybe in the beginning, but come on, we adults. How can you not know that what you're doing is wrong?
No, Roseanne, it can be wrong if you're doing it, but not if I'm doing it. You understand what I'm saying? Then if I'm doing it, I don't know. Me, I'm just speculating, guys, but I can't seem to understand that these people would know it's wrong and still do it. Huh? No, guys. Max, just come through there, please. I need to know, are these people aware of their what do you call it? Challenge. Can we call it a challenge?
Well, from what I gather, it's a self-esteem problem.
If it's borderline under the mental health umbrella or disorder, whatever challenge, then I don't know if they are aware. Let's see. Has Max replied?
Okay, so Bryden says, hi Bryden, nice to see you. Bryden says that you'll be surprised. People can be extremely unaware of themselves. Okay, so I saw a comment from Racine. Okay, so guys, there's so much. Claudia Johnson's definitely part 2, please, guys. Eye opener, lots of knocks in the workplace. Can there be a way at work and another in their personal lives? Oh, can they be this way at work and in their personal lives?
I think so.
I think if you're narcissistic, you're narcissistic. If you're bipolar at home, you're bipolar at work. You know, it's the same kind of thing.
Okay, Maurice wants to know, is there a difference between psychopathic narcissists and normal narcissists? Or do the narcissists have elements of psychopathic behavior?
Okay, so Maxine has answered. She says, a specific cause is not really known. It has been linked to parent-child relationships where there was too much pampering or too much criticism. Also, genetic. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so Taylor says they're not always aware of what they're doing is wrong. They manipulate a person into thinking that they are the problem in every situation. Oh, Taylor.
Hey guys, I am
shook.
I'm shook. So Maxine, sorry, and I'm asking a lot of questions, but my next question is, if you're a narcissist, you're obviously a narcissist from childhood, right? So does this behavior only start once you have romantic relationships, or like at what age? Does it start from a teenager where you manipulate your parents, manipulate your friends? Like from what age does it like start? Or can like an 8-year-old child be manipulative? Could you call that narcissism?
They are bullies who suffer from low self-esteem and need to throw their weight around to gain power. Yo, that is...
Wendy?
That's some huge words in that sentence.
Okay, wow. So Joanne, you try your best to make it work to the point of questioning yourself. If you are the problem or where you're going wrong, until they continually playing victim and blame you for everything. Then one day the light bulb just came on and I walked out. A lot of therapy after, because that's a trauma on another level.
Thanks, Joanne.
Okay, so if you're in a relationship, okay, is it possible for a narcissist to love? Are they capable of love?
I like the way you're looking at me.
No, are they capable of love? Because how can you love someone but constantly be manipulating them? Are they capable of love, but they don't know what they're doing is wrong? Therefore, if you go to therapy, you can actually get back your relationship.
Anyway, Alicia says, remember, it's personality traits, a collection of them which becomes toxic to others.
Okay, so
Toxic as in damaging and dangerous, controlling, manipulating, dangerous.
Okay, so Maurice wants to know, how does one heal after leaving a narcissist? Can you put that up so Maxine can
What is
see?
it?
How does one heal after leaving the narcissist? So from what I gather, from what other people have said in the comments, is that a lot of therapy is needed after leaving a narcissist. So I think maybe therapy is your first step to healing. Because obviously you have to unpack everything, you have to understand everything, you have to realize that not everything is your fault. So I think the first step is getting support and obviously going for, well, in the comments, it said lots and lots of counseling.
Guys, please remember that Max counsels. You guys are welcome to check out a page, to contact her, set up a session. Maybe you guys will even feel more comfortable because you guys have almost interacted with her face to face. She'll remember you guys from the stream. You guys are sharing your story. She'll remember the questions that you guys have thrown out there. So feel free.
Okay, so guys, little background. Max was actually my daughter's therapist way back in 2011, 2012, 2013, 14. Yeah, Max was Jada's first. So we've been to Max and I've experienced with Max, and absolutely wonderful to speak to. You feel so much better after you leave that room. But yes, it is therapy. I think for me, if it was me, I think the first thing I would do is go to a therapist, speak about it so I know how to clear my mind. Okay, so Max says you usually are aware that you are a narcissist. It just works for you. You don't see a reason to change. So they don't want to change.
I don't think they will be accepting to go to therapy either.
No, I think that if they actually love the person, they might want to change for the person. I think so. I believe in love.
Yes,
guys.
but you don't see a reason to change. By us going to therapy, that's already the person indicating that there's something wrong with the person. Okay, we'll role play.
Okay, so if you just say it's you and I, and you see that your actions are hurting me, and you see how it's hurting.
Yeah, but am I aware? I don't know if I'm, or maybe I'm doing I don't know, Roseanne. Max, we need to come through here with this role play that we are role playing here and fit the pieces together. But it depends what love means to you, Roz. 100%. I would think so, because they're either unaware or they're aware and they're doing it on purpose.
No, guys, if I see, whether it's my child, whether it's a friend, whether it's whoever, if I see that I've hurt someone to an extent that they start crying, I start feeling bad.
But you're not a narcissist, Roseanne.
So a narcissist that doesn't have any feeling, even towards a person that they love.
I'm not saying doesn't have any feeling, but remember they're doing nothing wrong. Yes, you might be crying, but it's like you brought it upon yourself, if I'm understanding this whole thingy.
Okay, so Max has answered our question.
Thanks, Max.
We need to stop role playing now. Because a narcissist has a lack of empathy, they can't really love. Now, can I ask you a question, Max?
So what's the fault of the
forming? Wait, I want to ask a question. Okay, so kids that are autistic lack that empathy. They don't know how to empathize. They don't know how to do that. So
but they don't hurt.
But yes.
Yes, because they're autistic. They're not just narcissism.
I'm trying to think now, because my son's autistic and I know that he lacks empathy.
Yes, but
do I need to watch that he does not become a narcissist because he has a lack of empathy? Can that kind of evolve into something as like a narcissist? Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Can he move from one umbrella to the next umbrella?
No, you stay on your umbrella, but it adds.
Wow.
It adds. You add the umbrella. You're not jumping from one place to another. If you're autistic, you're autistic.
Yeah, but I don't think you can be both, Rose. And you can't be a narcissistic. Narcissistic.
No, that's nonsense. That's like saying you can't be a deaf
No,
or
man,
autistic
no.
person.
No, no.
What?
Hey, we're just running here. Just let's focus on the. Let's see what Max is. I think.
Okay, so lack of empathy is a condition of a variety of disorders, and autism is one of them. Kids with autism lack empathy. And
yes, but it falls under the umbrella. It's not a whole umbrella, and we create.
Well, like Max says, with narcissism, you have to have certain traits. Now, in Max saying that, I just thought of Jude, because when I went for Jude's first interview, when they were telling me that, okay, they think Jude is autistic, and she said it's because he ticked so many boxes. So if a child ticked 3 boxes, then they might not be autistic. So the same thing works. It works the same with narcissism. You have to have a certain amount of the traits in order for you to be put into that category, or in order for you to go for an assessment. Max, can you actually go like you go for a educational assessment? Can you go for an assessment that will actually diagnose you narcissistic?
Taylor wants to know, Max, do narcissists become obsessive?
Guys, shoo, there are so many questions. This is so broad. And I know Max is not going to be able to answer everybody's questions, but as we're going along, we just try and whatever we see, we put in it there. So Taryn, good evening, Taryn. Taryn says, no, that's not related. It's more than just not having empathy. It's manipulation, it's gaslighting, it's tactics, etc. I'm feeling a little bit at ease now.
Yes, there are 7 different types of narcissists. Being on the spectrum is not the same thing at all. Thank you, Taryn.
Thank you, Taryn. Hey, Marlon. Okay, so Theo, how is someone declared a narcissist over just being a... Okay, my language. Okay, that's what I've just asked Max. Is there some kind of like assessment that you can go for? Obviously, if you tick certain boxes, right? But like, can you actually get a diagnosis that you're narcissistic? So if you go to a psychologist or whatever, can they actually diagnose you with that? And is there a test that you take?
Okay, so Claudia and Taylor have asked the same question. They would like to know if they can become possessive.
I think so.
Yeah. I told you guys 2 hours is needed for the comments alone. Hell, and you're writing thick comments. Wow. Wow.
Okay, so Sheridan, as Max has said so, in love, you're so in love in the beginning that you completely miss the flags. They are controlling, always try to put someone down to make themselves feel powerful, but when that doesn't work, they try to make others look at it through their narcissistic eyes. Most know, they're just in denial.
Okay, Max said yes, there's a personality assessments and questionnaires which can diagnose them.
There you go, Theo. There's your answer. And then Max, once it's diagnosed, then obviously they are. Is there medication? I know that people that are bipolar have medication. Is there medication that they can be put on, or do they just need to go for therapy? Obviously, a narcissist has to actually admit that they're a narcissist in order to seek help.
And I don't think
their traits actually don't allow them to do that.
That's why no one, I'm not saying no one, but like it's not known. Like we didn't even know there's a diagnosis for it, and there is, which makes sense because it falls under the disorder, if I can call it that. But yeah, that's why they wow.
Alicia, can we sit down? Okay, so Ted, when I say it was the case, I mean The therapist helped me identify that someone in my life was narcissistic. I didn't understand the impact of the emotional abuse. It also occurs in platonic relationships, family members, friends, etc. Okay, no medication. Talk therapy is the treatment. Okay, so Max, can I ask
Which
you?
they're not gonna go.
It seems that everybody in the comments has encountered a narcissist or encountered abuse from a narcissist person. Um, what is the therapy for, like, if I am involved in a narcissistic relationship and I go to a psychologist, right? Obviously, I need to talk about what is the advice. Or if you don't leave the relationship, then nothing's going to get better. I can't see, with everything that we've heard here, I can't see a narcissist actually changing their ways and coming to the party. Okay, I'm wrong, guys, and I'm going to act better. I can't see that happening. So basically, for me, the only thing you can do is leave. And once you leave,
are possessive. So what happens after that?
okay, so what type of damage is done? Emotional abuse. It sounds like there could be physical abuse in there, but mental abuse, emotional abuse. It sounds like a whole range of things that are shattered and you just need to go through. There was a question that Maurice asked: how do you deal with the after effects of a narcissist?
Okay, so Alicia says, can I just say this? Normal online world has exploded for narcissists. It's made it a perfect gangster's paradise. Please be vigilant out there.
You know, 20 years ago, or even 10 years, 20 years ago, this word was not being thrown around. It's like, it's
That's what I'm saying. And they just, like normal people amongst people. I'm not saying that they shouldn't be, but I'm just saying, like, it's wow. But anyway, let's talk at the fan zone. Wow, Alicia, you
okay. So Cheryl Morgan says all the abuse you can think of, and also can result in health problems. Okay, so firstly, it's accepted that they don't change and deciding what you are willing to deal with. I personally chose myself instead of losing myself in the relationship. It's emotional, mental, and psychological. Okay, so Alicia, at first you're confused and shocked, then you're confused more and just sad and left thinking you're losing your mind. Guys, this is big. And I'm thinking that maybe in our next session, okay, we need to have another session, definitely. But I'm thinking maybe in our next session, we should not even bother to entertain the narcissist. We should think about, okay,
us
I
dealing
was
with
in a
the
relationship with the
100%.
narcissist.
So from the other side,
what is the first step? From the other side, from the side of the victim, what can I do to help myself to heal from being in a relationship with a narcissist? I think that's what our next approach should be, because we can see, we know what a narcissist is, we know what to look for, we know what the red flags are, people are speaking, but people don't know how to recover from it. So I think that the next show that we have would be how to recover, or how to heal, or how to pick up your life after being in a relationship with a narcissist. And then maybe the red flags of if there's a narcissist at work or a friend that's narcissism. But we've seen this in couples where the one couple is left totally damaged and doesn't know where to from there. Because obviously all you know is this person, and you've been manipulated for so many years, in some cases 10 years. So when you do leave, you actually don't know what normal is. Because that is your normal. So I do think that our next show should focus on living or surviving a narcissist.
Okay, so Max says, clear boundaries is also very important in your healing journey. No matter how tempted you may be to reach out and text or call, you delete and block them if that helps, but set boundaries?
I think boundaries are definitely.
Alicia says you actually don't even know who you are anymore.
Hey guys, let's start a support group now.
Okay, so Taylor says, Max, if you're still around, Taylor says, do some people who date narcissists for so long tend to become a narcissist themselves?
I think dating a narcissist, you learn to see, or well, you got experience. So obviously, if you see someone else doing it, it's like, that's familiar, kind of a thing. I don't know if becoming narcissist is.
Cheryl says it's not easy to go with no contact when you have to co-parent. Yeah.
So that's where the boundaries will come in. So you set your clear boundaries. This is it, and you don't move past those boundaries.
I saw Tyler had asked earlier up in the stream about how do you basically expose them without them exploding, if I can call it that. And then Annie had responded, and she said, you call them out carefully, they can become violent.
Okay, so Francine says, Taylor, I wondered about this for years.
Francine.
I started doing what he did, completely lost myself. Okay, so Alicia says the love bombing, the cycles, then back to the hovering, where they suck you back in again. It's rinse and repeat. Can you imagine the mind? Theo, I'm confused here. If a narcissist doesn't even know they are so, how will they want to change or accept their behavior? Like telling me I'm drunk after I told you I had 2 beers, 24 beers later. That's exactly what we're saying, Theo. We're saying that it doesn't seem like a narcissist would ever want to change. And Max said that they are incapable of having empathy, so they therefore cannot put themselves in your position, so they don't know how to love.
Okay, Taylor, so Max has replied to you, and she says, no, you can't become a narcissist. If it didn't develop during your emotional development years, you may pick up some traits you may pick up some traits in
to survive in the relationship though. Okay, so this takes us to another point. This develops in your emotional developmental years. Max, can you please tell us from what age to what age is your emotional development years? Okay, I think it is 7 o'clock, guys.
We're just going to wait for Max to reply that, and then...
I think that's a good one.
And then we're going to...
Guys, this is really a problem. And with the divorce rates being so high, and with so many breakups and stuff, do we have like narcissists running around here?
Yes. Yes. We just now aware.
Okay, so Francine says, Maxine, thank you for saying this. My soul needed to hear this. Guys, this is exactly why we do what we do. We get people on here so you can actually discuss and talk about it. And yeah, it seems like some people actually got some closure here.
So Theo wants to know, is Christian gay?
You know. When this word narcissism started going around, I'm sure it was about the same time that what's the Christian Grey thing called? 50 Shades came out. That is when narcissism got big.
Where's the damn tissues, man? Fran! Guys, wow, okay, let's just lighten up. Okay, let's read Max's thing. Max says the first 5 years are the most important for emotional development.
The first 5 years. So guys, at 6 years old, you need to start checking your children. to see if they got narcissistic behavior, because the first 5 years.
Max, Maurice wants your contact details. Some of the guys obviously will take you on in your private capacity. I don't know, you can maybe put your Facebook link there or put your page there, or how they can contact you. We're just going to wait for that. And then, guys, we're going to say goodnight. But before we go,
if I might stand corrected, but I think Max is in Sydenham on a Thursday. The last time I asked about consultation, I know Max is down in Toti, but I think that on a Thursday she's in Sydenham. Max, can you just confirm that? I don't know if you're still in Sydenham on a Thursday, but I do know that Max also does online. So, guys, get in there.
Guys, you're hooked up, eh? You're hooked up with the best. Max is the for shizzle, my nizzle. Okay, we're going to wait for Max to just reply to those 2 questions. But in the meantime, let's do our announcements and the news part. Right. So, first and foremost.
Didn't you have a birthday?
Yes. We forgot to wish my godson a very happy 14th birthday for yesterday. Can you freaking believe it? Now full-time in Essingwood and online.
Essingwood! When did you move to Essingwood?
Yeah. Right, guys. Max is officially full-time in Essingwood.
When did you move to Essingwood?
And how could you not tell us? Really, how could you not tell us? Right. Anyway. So we had, guys, there's Max's number. Thank you so much, Max. Screenshot it now before it disappears while I do my announcement. So yes.
Yes, Fran. Maxine does online, so definitely she does do international.
Okay. Guys, just a few.
Wait, there was another birthday. There was.
Yes, happy birthday to the Wiz. It's his birthday today. So yes, guys, I lost my chain of thought. Oh yes, guys, we are doing a jingle now. Can you believe it? We needed to update our last jingle, and we want you guys to get involved. Now, if you check out the Fan Zone page, you will see that there's a post there that says jingle alert, whatever. Now, guys, D3 is going to be mixing our jingle, whatever, and it only makes sense if the Fan Zone has a jingle with the Fan Zoners, which is you guys. For you guys are the reason why we are the Fan Zone. So, guys, please go and check it out. There's a few scripts there. You can spice up your life and say whatever you need to say. But there's a few punchlines. And if you would like to be part of that jingle, you need to send us a voice note. The number's on the page. What you're saying. Welcome to the Fan Zone. What's up? Let's talk to the Fan Zone, guys. Whatever. Tuning into Tony and Roz. We are on Woman Crush Wednesday. Soulful Sunday. I don't know. You say what you need to say. Send it to us on a voice note. We've got about another week to wrap all that up. And then we are going to bomb it like it's hot. Come on, man. You're not even in this.
I don't know what you're going to say. I'm thinking of the Buy Tony a Bike.
Oh, yes. Can you believe it, guys? You'll even in the show, like on Sunday. If you were not in a show, please go and watch that. Guys, we have started fund. What? I don't even know the hashtag. Help Tony fund a bike. Something to that effect.
Okay, so we just want to say thank you to everybody that has donated. And remember, guys, you got up until the end of Jan to donate for Tony's bike. She has already taken the 2.5 that TJ Photography has donated and put it down for our bike. So they're holding it first. So we got till the end of Jan to come up with the other half. So, guys, 10 Rand, 20 Rand, anything.
Can be anonymous. You can just Sabalaza. For those of you who have donated already,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And we're definitely coming back with another show on narcissism, but surviving a narcissist is what we are going to call it. And since Max is in Essingwood, I'm sure we can actually...
Max, we coming to you.
StreamYard is letting us down.
Yeah, no. We need to be in your studio. You must interview us there. Yeah. Okay, so yes, we're going to talk about all those things.
Are you a narcissist? Did you
No, but I'm talking about being in Nexus things. So, she's going to ask us the questions from the stream and then we just relay it and then we pass it back.
You know, Tony, I can just picture you laying on that couch, like.
You got a couch. Okay, so guys, that is us. We are gonna say good night to you guys. Thank you so much.
She was making 5
Kelly
p.m.
Summers, you are late for the early show. Guys, thank you so much for coming to the party. You know you guys do the most in the comments department. Max, we really appreciate you. Thank you so much for moving to Essingwood full time. Like, that is extremely great news, especially for us and our streamers. So yes. Is there anything else that we need to?
Don't forget, Max's number is on screen. So if you need to contact her for any type of counseling, you guys can.
That's us. We out. Sunday, we'll catch you guys 6 o'clock.
Back to school next week, guys.
Back to school is cool.
Inland went back to school
some of the
today.
kids went, Joburg's kids went back today.
Inland
I thought I
went-
would have seen,
Inland went back to school, and some of the
Maylene.
private schools. Some
Maylene's
of the
kids.
private schools went back
man,
today.
I thought I'd see Maylene here. I'm going to tell the kids all of this time. Okay, we out, guys. We
So
out.
to all our teachers, your break
Oh,
is coming
yes.
to an end.
Martin?
Yes,
Why don't
Martine's a teacher. Wendy Lambert's a teacher. To all our teachers, your holiday is coming to an end.
Yeah, Kelly, you
We
late.
need to hand over our kids. We
Yeah.
are tired. We are tired. We want to hand them over.
Guys, we out. We love you lots. We will catch you guys. Sunday, 6 o'clock. Glad you went live. This was great. Thanks, Taryn. Thanks, Maurice, Wendy, Theo, all you guys. Thank you, Tyler. Kiss baby for us, and we hope you guys are doing good.
Okay,
Question.
Francine, question. Next show, can we tag a knock? By all means.
What? So they can come in here. I
They
will
can-
smack you. No, guys, we're not dealing with knocks next week. We're dealing with how to survive from that. So we're dealing with us and you guys, right? So, Claudia, thank you so much for all your comments. We are out. Thea's a teacher too. Right.
Teaching his damn self to handle his kids. They're going to school next week, Theo.
Guys, we're out. Check you on the flip side.